Motivation, ou la motivation, is not to be relied upon when it comes to learning French. It comes and goes like the wind, and when you let it dictate your actions, you're going to miss out on so much progress. What will bring you results week after week, month after month, year after year is consistency, ou la cohérence. By the way, before we dive into today's video, I want to tell you that the doors to the Confident French Speaker community are closing in just a few days on March 2nd. So if you're watching before then, sign up now via the link in the video description, since I don't know when it'll be back again. Et là, je ferme cette petite parenthèse et je vous dis, si vous êtes prêts, allez, c'est parti pour la vidéo d'aujourd'hui. So in this video, I want to talk about how to build consistency so you can feel amazing and confident in your French journey. We're going to start off with a short clip from what I would guess you would call motivational speaker Simon Sinek that just got my juices flowing when I watched it. Let's take a look.
If you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. Right? Clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit, right? Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, you commit yourself to an act of service. You commit yourself to the regime, the exercise. You can screw it up. You can eat chocolate cake one day, you can skip a day or two. You know, it allows for that. But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape. I know it. Going to the gym for 9 hours does not get you into shape. Working out every day for 20 minutes gets you into shape. It's not about the events. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency.
He says stuff with such conviction. I love it. So, how does going to the gym relate to French? Well, particularly at the intermediate stage, it relates to the gym simply because each and every day you can do your French workout, and on any given day you won't really see significant enough progress to be convinced that what you're doing is working. At the gym, there will come a point after 4, 6 or 12 weeks where you will start to notice changes in your body. But until that point, you've just got to trust the process despite seeing no visible results in your own body. I've been there and it was frustrating, but I had the belief after hearing about how it had worked for other people to continue and commit until I got to that point where I saw visible results. So the first way to build consistency in your French is to commit 100% or as close to it as possible to the approach you choose to take for a set amount of days. Give routine a chance to bear some fruit. Some days you're not going to be motivated or want to do that exercise. Watch that video, listen to that podcast, have that conversation. But be consistent for at least a month and see what it brings you. Progress is happening even if you don't see it. What have you got to lose? The second way to build consistency is to keep it simple. I have tried and failed so many times to make routines of 3, 4, 5 activities at a time, and most of the time, by the end of the first week or two, over half of them have fallen by the wayside. If you're someone who finds habits hard to build, then start simple with 1 or maximum 2 new activities you do every day and be as consistent as possible. Consistency is the first and most important target here, and by having fewer new things you're trying to incorporate at once, consistency will be easier to build. However, don't be afraid of a bit of variety and mixing it up every now and then, but be aware of why you're choosing to mix it up and focus primarily on that consistency. Thirdly, to build de la cohérence or consistency, you should pick one time in the day where you can put your to-do list to one side and just focus on your new habit. Remember, even if it's just 20 minutes, that's not easy to do consistently. But it's small enough that everyone should be able to find it in their day consistently. As Simon says in his video, doing something for 9 hours in one go is less effective than doing 20 minutes a day, right? It's about consistency, not intensity. I found that even though getting up early in the morning used to be excruciating, I've now found that it's only mildly uncomfortable because I love feeling productive before the real day begins and the world wakes up. So I do my yoga in the morning, followed by some language learning. If I skip it, there's a high chance I won't find the time or the discipline to find the time later in the day. I've lied to myself many times about how I will do it after work in the evening and then done the complete opposite once I'm tired from the day. No, for me, it's the morning or often not at all. Let me know in the comments down below, what is the optimum moment of the day to fit in, work towards building a new habit? Now, whereas Simon Sinek points out that with going to the gym, you might not see results for several weeks, in French, we have more control over the progress we see and when we see it. Actually, I'm going to say the progress we feel and when we feel it. If you are very clear in yourself about what you're learning and why you're learning it on a particular day or in a particular week, you're going to be able to measure your progress at just about any moment during that period. Even having a goal for an individual conversation will allow you to accurately evaluate yourself afterwards. For example, if you say this week, I'm going to get more confident with the conjugation of the imparfait, then you're going to put in place certain things that allow you to measure your progress. You know you're going to work on something for a week, so you have a deadline. You know specifically what you're studying, the imparfait, but not just that, the conjugation of the imparfait. And you know how confident you feel in it right now, so you'll be able to compare in a week's time. Just doing that is a fantastic way to see progress week on week in your French. That helps hugely in maintaining, dare I say it, motivation, which makes it easier to continue. Because we should capitalize on motivation when it's there. We just need to find ways to discipline ourselves to do the work even when it's not there. Then we come to the importance of being realistic and patient. Don't expect huge advances every week, no matter what that new app promises you is possible in 30 days or 7 days. Set your weekly target and the scope of your goal and be happy with the progress you make, because it is progress. If you don't know il avait and on faisait in the imparfait at the start of the week, and then not only did you become aware of them, you can also recall them when asked or put them in sentences, then that's progress, isn't it? Even if you stutter a bit before you recall it. Well, it's baby steps like that that add up to confidence and fluency. C'est un marathon, pas un sprint. When things are habitual, like brushing your teeth, checking your phone, or waking your kids up, they take little to no effort. When it's a bad habit, it's bad, but when it's something that is taking you forward in some way in your life, it's fantastic. Your French activities will become habits and require less and less effort, making room for new ones to be built. But at the start, you need to generate that momentum for that to happen. You do it with consistency, la cohérence, and that faith that results are coming. This stuff is simple to say, but in reality often so hard to put into practice. This is one of the biggest benefits to being a member of the CFSC. After only a few weeks doing all sorts of new activities for your French, these can become habits. Why? Because you're held accountable by a community. You're supported daily by a coach who encourages you to keep going and to celebrate your wins and be proud of them, and a proven framework of techniques to take you towards speaking French with confidence. Enrollment closes on March 2nd and the course starts on March 3rd, 2023, and I don't know when I'm going to reopen the doors. So apply now and make 2023 the year you stop relying on motivation and develop consistency and confidence in your French. These guys are already inside reaping the benefits, and I'm personally involved every day helping the members to a degree I can only give for those inside of the community. I can't wait to count on you as one of the francophones of the CFSC. Until next time, à la prochaine francophone. Ciao, ciao.